Hello, everyone. It's good to see you through the camera. No, seriously. I want to thank you. Start off by thanking you for doing all your work and handing things in to me. I am really very pleased. I also want to let you know that my goal is to have this finished and tested by Friday. However, we may have to do it till Tuesday, after Memorial Day. I'm not sure if how we're going to do it because we don't have a video on Wednesday. Your final will be again on Friday of next week after Memorial Day. And seniors, that'll be it. You won't have to listen to me anymore. Anyway, so we're going to pick up here now where we left off yesterday. We saw that Winterbourne is not the actual narrator of this story, yet he's almost following as if we see all his strengths, his thoughts, and all his sensibilities. And we learn that sensibilities refers to refinement or sharp sensitivity to artistic and moral values, or receptiveness and responsiveness. Excuse me. We see that Winterbourne has lost many of his American ways, and we see the separation from the American culture even as in his youthfulness. The rumors were that he was studying abroad, and others said that he had a lady that was a lot older than he was, but he was very devoted to her. However, no one ever saw her. Remember, one of the themes that filters through a lot of Daisy Miller is gossip. And that would probably define one of the gossips that goes on. Winterbourne also had an attachment to little metropolis of Calvinism. The metropolis of Calvinism was where Geneva became the intellectual center of the Protestantism in the 16th century. Randolph's slang gives him away. He blames everything on being outside of America, even his cavities, when he meets Randolph. Winterbourne doesn't remember much about his American roots because he's been gone so long, though he does recognize American forthrightness in Randolph. In section 13 in your textbook, if you read there, we see that Winterbourne uses the pronoun they, which shows how much of an outsider he has really become when referring to Americans. Okay? And also, when Randolph, Winterbourne, and Daisy are in the garden at the Trois Crowns, which is the Three Crowns, it would be quite unusual for a young man and woman to be seen together unchaperoned. That was very unlikely back in that time period. Winterbourne inquires in a tone of great respect, which shows that he still feels that he's being a little too forward with an unchaperoned young lady. Winterbourne is trying to figure her out. He can't figure Daisy out. Have you ever met somebody that you just can't quite put your finger on? Like, how the heck are they ticking? What makes them work? It's interesting. Some people just are not what you think they are. And then there are some people who what you see is what you get. No airs about it. So Daisy seems to be forward, but not immodest, a combination that he has not quite seen before. Her lack of finish will prove to be her undoing. This is the beginning of her heading toward tragedy. Even the boys have to be chaperoned when they're out by themselves. This isolation might explain why Randolph is so mischievous and unhappy, because as an American, that is not a custom in America. Section 23 shows us that Daisy does not acquire much culture, having seen only basically hotels in her travels. This adds to her naivety and untimely downfall. To Daisy, Europe means clothes and material things. Daisy misses society, especially the male society. Winterbourne suspects his absence from America is the cause for the reaction to Daisy. He is almost relieved at deciding that she's just a flirt. It haunts Winterbourne whether she's just being flirtatious or she's just innocent. But he chalks it up as her being a flirt, and that is his first of many steps of judgment that we're going to find that Winterbourne brings on Daisy. Winterbourne is unsure of Daisy himself, and he's also unsure of himself, and not knowing the social boundaries. He is stunned that she will go with him, alone. Again, that's an American custom. That's not a big thing for us. In Europe, it's frowned on. The situation is so unusual that he finds it difficult to concentrate. Winterbourne notices offense, which is more probably guilt than offense. The courier recognizes the trip as inappropriate behavior for them to travel unchaperoned. Section 36 seems to be as if Daisy is flirting once again. She finds that he wishes to go. She walks away, leaving him confused. And we're going to leave it there because we're going to begin a conversation with Mrs. Costello, who is the confidant of Winterbourne. And that brings in a whole new slew of things. And again, more gossip that goes on. So we're going to close it there. Have a great Wednesday. Take a break. Those of you, I don't think I have anybody that's actually behind in my classroom right now. But if you are, take that Wednesday to get caught up. You don't have to work ahead if you don't want to or need to. But just relax a little bit. Seniors, again, hang in there. You have one more complete week and then you are finished and off to your new ventures. All right. Thank you and have a great night.